more than anyone else understand that it's God. And I'm not saying this because it really sounds very cliche. Everyone else sees it. And I remember when I was in my when I finished middle school, I remember I was trying to go to a national high school. So in Kenya, there's a national high school, there's a provincial high school, there's a county high school, and there's a district high school where everyone who fails their middle school test goes to. And I remember being told that I made it to a national high school because I had very good grades. But then the problem with the national high school is that it's very expensive. And I told both my parents, I told my dad and I told my mom, hey, from now on you're not going to be for this college, you're not going to be for my high school. Because I know it's expensive, I know you guys really did a lot of work just to get me through middle school and through kindergarten and all those years. And I said, you know what, from now on it's me and God. And I said, God, if you really do exist, then show me that you exist. Like I'm not going to have them stress over me and also stress over my siblings, because like education in Kenya was very expensive. And if you wanted to get a good education, you had to pay a lot of money to go into those schools. And they already invested a lot just to have me through 8th grade. And what happened is, let this be a testimony that, you know, God really listens to prayers. Because I remember that time was a very hard time for my family, for my dad, for my mom, because I remember like we were counting how much I had to pay for me to get into a national high school. And I remember my dad saying, you know, I'm not going to let my daughter down. Like she worked so hard to make it to a national high school, and I'm not going to let the fact that I didn't have money hold her down from what she wants to do. And I told him, hey, stop stressing over it. But I remember like everywhere he went, he would be just talking about my daughter went to a national high school, she made it there, but I don't know how I'm going to get the money. And at the end, we applied to like a bajillion scholarships, but all of them declined. Like every one of them, every single one of them was a no, a no, a no. And we applied to so many banks that were giving scholarships, and they all said no. And I just told God, hey, you know, I really trusted in you, I believed in you, and you let me down. And the last day before I went to the school, because my parents said regardless you're still going to go to a national high school, my dad called me when I was just parking my stuff, and I was crying in the bedroom, and I was like, God, you know, I told everyone, I said, God will educate me, God will do this. I trusted in you. And I remember he called me and he said, hey, there's this NGO company, blah, 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 and it's like international, and they do scholarships for people, and they just said you got a full ride scholarship to high school. And that was the time when I realized, you know, you just have to put your all in him, you know, risk everything. Just let everyone call you a fool for believing in God, you know, just look like a fool, because I looked like a fool when I told all my friends, you know, God is going to do it, and he did. And when I got in with that full ride scholarship, it did not only pay for my school, it did shopping for me. So because I was in a boarding school, so everything from toilet paper to soap to everything I needed, everything. They paid for my transport because where I was going to high school was like 1 hour drive, and they paid for that fare. They paid for literally my dad to drive me there. They paid him the money. They paid for all my school trips. If I went anywhere outside school, they still gave me money for that. They gave me money for my pockets. They said like, hey, you know, we know you're in boarding school, you might need to do something with, you know, your money, so they give me money as well. And, you know, and then after that, I just got a call randomly, like 2 months after I got into school, and I was told, hey, you know what, you made it to the newspaper, and you got a scholarship from this bank. And I was like, I had to let them know, hey, you know what, I'm not taking the scholarship, because I already got a better scholarship that is paying for everything and even extra. So God did that. remember like I really had a hard time. My counselors were here earlier on, and I was telling them about how my junior year was really hard for me. And I'm saying this because I know there's so many other Ethiopians just trying to fit in right now. Like, I came from a place where English was very, like everyone spoke English. Everyone understood, how to speak in English. But when I came here, I remember like the first 7 months, I struggled. Like, I remember my parents were like, how is school? And I was like, yeah, it's very good. I met Americans, I made new friends. But inside my heart, I knew I was struggling because I knew how to open a computer, I really did. But just for some reason, I could not put in my school ID number and log in. Like, how is that even hard? That's like super duper easy. But for some reason, like, my head was stuck. I did not know how to walk into the hallways and just not look awkward. I could not look at people like just into their eyes because I did not know what to say, Like, it just brought me in a very awkward place. I remember I had a hard time sitting in just the lunchroom because I did not know who I was going to sit with. So this is not like a very hard stuff compared to what other people have went through. But I just want to say, for me to graduate with these 2 years, having all these friends I have, having all these teachers support me, having all this love, all the support from you and from God and from all my teachers, my friends, I don't know, that is the biggest thing for me because it's mind-blowing. And just like a couple of, the beginning of this year, I applied for a scholarship and it was a full ride scholarship. And I told my mom, the first person to care about me getting the interview was my mom. And I told her, hey, I got this interview about this. And she told me, hey, you know what? Listen to me. God said he will educate you. He literally said that he will be your dad from now on. And she reminded me, you know what? We have been through a lot. But in all those years that we have experienced all these struggles, the one thing that I have been very sure of is that God loves you more than anything else. And he is willing to do anything for you. For you, not just the scholarship, but he will honor you in more other greater ways. So this is nothing. But hey, put it first to him. Like, give it all to him. Just let him know that you are counting on him. Don't lean on your own understanding, your smartness, your intelligence, your very loving nature. Because Yeabsra, it's not you, it's God. So the first thing I did was I told God, hey, you know what? You said you would educate me. So I trust in you. And I never told anyone else. I barely told people in school that I was called for the interview. But when I finally got it, the first thing I also did was, I went to my mom and I told her and I told my dad, and the first thing they also said was, it's God. And even now, with all me graduating with, some awards, like really nice awards, with having very good friends, with having a good name, having a lot of people supporting me, I just want to say it's God. Because literally everything, from the time I was born to until now, it's just the explanation to my existence is God. There's nothing else. Nothing else. I just want to say thank you for everyone who came because I really do appreciate you, everyone who's pushed me, especially with the Ethiopian community. Everyone thinks that I'm going to be the president, but it's not possible because I'm not born here. But I'm not going to be the president of America. But they're like, Yeabsra, you will change the world. I will change the world, but it's not like, I'm not going to, Ethiopians, please, I'm not going to be Obama, okay? I'm not going to happen. Yes. Right. Yeah. I will pray and see what God says. I don't know. Yeah. But and then also I want to appreciate my loving, my favorite teacher of all times. She's here with us. And I just want to say before anything else, like the beginning of this year, I had a class, and we have been in war because marry your son, and she has been saying no. And it's been a tough time. And I have said it so many times now, it's just that it's hard for me, you know? But hey, I'm joking. I'm not trying to get married, okay? Yes. But now literally everyone knows that. My mom was like, yes, you're going to get married. You're going to get married to them. No, we're not getting married, okay? But I love her so much. She's one of the teachers who have supported me. There were times when I got into a class and I was having just a hard time, and I'm like, hey, Miss Johnson, don't even start it with me. And she's just like, Yeabsra. Like, it looks like we're fighting. We're not fighting. Like, she loves me so much, and I'm her favorite student. And yeah, but I love her so much. I appreciate her so much. And I just want to say a big thank you, Miss Johnson, because I love her. My recommendation letter, and it was just like I even started crying because I was like, this is all about me, because it was just so good and it was just so well written, and she's just very smart and just humble, loving. Oh my God, okay, literally the best person I know. So I love you so much, Miss Johnson.
برا بك إذا يجيبوا فاس.
እግዚአብሔር